called wide. It's an interesting stat here to a field. 180 seems to be a sort of bogey number. 180. You score less than 180, you lose. You score more than 185, you've never lost so far. I just think this surface, so you saw it, it's better than 185, isn't it?
The quality of the batting as well. I think when you look at how deep India bat, I think anything under that 190, 200, they would be disappointed. You look at the quality of the batting strength as well as the quality of the pitch.
Oh, leading edge. There is a man there. He'll watch it sail over for 6. Is that just a little bit of luck India need in a big final like this?
When the going is good, the cards fall your way. Sanju Samson looking to go over mid-wicket here. The top edge carrying comfortably. That tells you this pitch has got a bit of pace and nice bounce as well. We're speaking about 180, Harsha. I think 220, 230 is again on the cards here.
Jeez, you make cricket sound like the price of gold, going up all the time. Down the leg side. Tell you what, it's pretty well done. Might have taken pace off, but pretty well done by Seifert.
Grass covering is fantastic. That just assists a little bit of pace and bounce. It's the mixed soil. We talk about the black and the red soil. As we look down the pitch, it's black soil to the right, red soil to the left.
19 already from this over. 20 from it. His radar's gone. I think it's a change of pace that's worrying him.
That's the problem when you're bowling to Sanju Samson. Anything outside off stump, he strikes at more than 200. So you're trying to get it into his body, and because of the angle Lockie is creating, he goes so wide of the crease and trying to tuck him up, and that gets so hard. Now I think Mitchell Santner will go back to Matt Henry. He has no other option here. Look at how wide he is bowling, and he wants to get it into Sanju.
It's the slower balls, Dooley, that are drifting away.
Yeah, when you try and release the slower balls at the same line as you're releasing your on-pace deliveries, because of the way your fingers roll down the left-hand side of the ball from Lockie Ferguson's point, is they just go further and further leg side. He's got to release that slow ball more like the last one, the previous delivery, around about Tim Seifert's gloves.
Beats the fielder inside the circle, once again into the pads. Not the over New Zealand were searching for, as 50 comes up in just the 4th over.
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
RFL SWR পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়,
না দেখে ঠকবেন না। RFL ছাড়া
কিনবেন না।
RFL SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস,
পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে। দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
24 from Lockie Ferguson. Just wonder sometimes, Dooley, whether you can end up trying too much. So it's back to Matt Henry. I think he had good rhythm going when he was bowling quick. The slower balls that were going away. Sometimes maybe you try too much. Here's Matt Henry again. He bowled a good first over.
Again, 2 fielders out on the offside this time. Nobody on the leg side patrolling the boundary. That's pressure, Harsha. He has to bowl to his field now. He has 2 fielders on the offside. He knows Abhishek Sharma will still target him, and he has to get his line right here. This is New Zealand under immense pressure. Have a look at that first over, how Sanju goes deep in his crease, 1 ball coming out, and then soon after figuring out that, okay, I need to go deeper, and that's what is so hard about bowling to Sanju. And that was slightly short, not too bad, and he put it away.
Lots of changes in the field. This is already India's longest opening partnership. 1 more man at backward point. Now 4 inside the circle, 2 on the boundary. Just one of the fields almost dictating the line.
It is, but they know that Abhishek Sharma won't shy away from it. He'll still go for it.
He's a better bowler than that, Dooley.
He is, and as DK has just mentioned, though, they're under pressure. They're resorting to what you might look to do at the end of a game, right at the start, because they are under enormous pressure. Pace off, wide of the stumps, 4 men inside the circle and 2 boundary riders. They know that if he gets the length right and the line right, probably a foot and a half outside off stump, Abhishek will still go for it.
They've been very defensive, Harsha. They should have probably thought of another over of off spin. Henry hits the seam nicely, but he's bowling slower ones already.
Here's a field that's just a single. Just wonder already if New Zealand are having to correct based on what India have done, rather than bowl to their strengths, which are fairly substantial.
The first 2 overs went for 12, Harsha, and you used the word circumspect. New Zealand are circumspect, I feel, in the way they have actually come about so far. They're not bowling to their strengths. Even to Sanju now, there's going to be a lot of slow ones because there's a deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg. They don't want to give anything on the offside, and I can tell you, anything on the middle and off stump is going to go straight down the ground or over mid-on. Another strength of Sanju's.
Backward point puts in a sprint to come inside the circle in time. Right down the leg side again. Look at the speeds for Matt Henry.
The plan so far has been bowl into Sanju and for Abhishek Sharma, see what he does. But Sanju and Abhishek have been solid. 55, the biggest opening partnership, coming on the biggest night of their lives. Both these players part of the World Cup for the first time. Sanju, yes, has been part of the squad, but in the 11 this time, it makes such a huge difference. Couple of times, Dooley, Sanju has gotten out a deep mid-wicket to the same field, but what he's not doing is committing to that shot fully. He's just tapping it, which is good thinking. Indians have, I think, adapted. Abhishek Sharma, I can promise you, a month ago would have stepped out and looked to go downtown. Now he's just playing it cleverly. He's like, there's time. We're still 14 runs and over right now. What's the hurry?
Julia, they married themselves to the slow one too early. Look at the speeds in this over. The quickest is 124.
And this is where, and I know I say it often, and sometimes a bit tongue-in-cheek, but this is where the boffins on the computers are running the game. And they've never played the game. But the data tells us, oh, more wickets have been taken with slower balls on the surface. We've got to bowl slower balls. Absolute rubbish. You've just got to bowl your best deliveries.
I'll tell you what, Matt Henry has done very well against India. Clears the infield. Slow ball goes for 6 again. India bossing the power play already, having gone up to 63.
Now, Abhishek Sharma knew Matt Henry had to come slightly closer to off stump, walking across. Have a look at him walking across there, and then he knew he needed to target straight down the ground, which he did. In fact, didn't time it as well, but that was more than enough. New Zealand are actually wilting under pressure. Tells you the inexperience in playing finals. They have planned what they want to do much before the game has started, which is okay.
13 of the over already, 2 more to come. Such a good bowler with a new ball. I mean, I look around the world every time Matt Henry's bowling the new ball. You want to see what he's got. What he's got today is almost exclusively slow balls. That was the first ball over 130.
Yeah, DK mentioned it as well. He should have bowled the 3rd over, and sometimes you can come into the game with all these plans, but you still have to read the situation of the game. And one of Matt Henry's greatest attributes, 2 overs in the power play while the ball is relatively new.
Let's put that in the gap, should come back for a second.
I said this at the start of the game, Harsha. Finals are funny things. Form goes out of the window. Courage comes in. New Zealand haven't shown courage so far.
Funny thing about 20 overs cricket, though, that sometimes people think there's no time to come back. There's always more time than you think. New Zealand will have to correct course very, very quickly, because India are going at 13.5 and over. There's an over of power play to come. Straight up. I think he might have got enough on it. Yes, he has. Much more than enough. And India go past 70, 72 for no loss after 5. A dream start here in Ahmedabad.
Oh, that is another.
ভালো আছি মা তোমাকে বৌমা চলে গেছে
হ্যাঁ চলে গেছে মানে আবার বলে রে কি হইব
আরে মা বাপের বাড়ি গেছে ঘুরতে কি ভাই লোকাল ওয়াইফাই এর ঝামেলায় জীবনে শান্তি নাই আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই মানে এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন পিৎজা বার প্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে জিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়
60 runs coming in the last 3 overs, and India going along nicely. So 72 for no loss. India, they're off the blocks like a tracer bullet. For more. Lots of holes in this ground at the moment, and runs are leaking. This is an explosive start. At this moment of time, no answers from New Zealand. Good evening, Danny Morrison, Ian Busher.
Yeah, hello, Ravi Shastri. Our colleagues have been spot on. The best laid plans may not to come to fruition because you've got to be able to adapt and think on your feet. That's what T20 is about. It's such a great entertainment ground. Thrills and spills and everything happening, it can happen so quickly. But you really have to adapt what's happening in front of you. Given what's happening, I would have definitely had Henry for another couple. And he's such a good swinger and pace on. This is one of the paciest pitches going around in India. And given when I was out there with you, Rav, I just felt the pitch, it was still a bit cool to touch.
That's up in the air and will land in the crowd. Well, have a look at the supporters here. In excess, close to 120,000. They've had plenty to cheer already.
Well, no pitch there, just air. Emphatic clean. That is just such a good strike. Didn't overhit it, didn't lose shape. In this card it was talking about confidence and courage. Man, there's plenty of that to the fore.
That's up in the air. It's gone a long, long way. It rolls over into the fence as well. Well, he's enjoying himself. He's not had the best of World Cups, but India doing well to retain him in the side, give him the confidence. And he can't choose a bigger stage than this to do the job for India. So 45 now of just 16 deliveries.
And right now he's striking Duffy against the field set. The two deep fielders are deep point and deep extra cover.
And again, onside. There's plugs in there, once pitching. Gets another couple of runs, but no answers whatsoever. This is terrific striking. 88 for no loss. Still 2 balls left in power play.
Yeah, it's clever. It really is, because Duffy wants him to hit it to the 2 deep fielders on the offside. But each time Abhishek has either hit him down the ground or walked across and take the length to the leg side. Right of that graphic, deep extra cover and deep backward point. That's his protection, or it's supposed to be.
And again, he's just walking across the stumps. Brings up his half century. It's come off just 18 balls in a World Cup final. He's risen to the occasion. Look at the dugout. They'll all be pleased for him.
Well, it's another one of those international dialing codes. Abhishek. 4-6, 4-2-4. Don't leave a message. He hasn't got time. Sharma. Oh, yes, please, in a finale. Yeah, I'm with you. This stadium is pumping.
He moved across, so no wide, but 20 of the over at the end of power play. It's 92 for no loss. New Zealand need a drink.
কিরে ফিরে আসলি যে?
ভাবলাম একা একা তুই যদি ভয় পাস।
কারো ফিরে আসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। ফলের নির্যাস ও দুধের সমন্বয়ে পোলার টর্নেডো গ্রিন অ্যাপল আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। পিৎজা বার, ব্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না। আরএফএল ছাড়া
কিনবেন না।
SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস। সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে। দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
আরএফএল ক্লাস পাইপ নিশ্চিত করে প্রতি ইঞ্চিতে সঠিক থিকনেস ও সঠিক মাপ। তাই মাটির 1250 ফুট গভীরেও আরামে নিতে পারে প্রচন্ড চাপ। পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না। আরএফএল ছাড়া
কিনবেন না।
SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
একটু ভালোবাসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। চিজি আইসক্রিমের সাথে ভেলভেটি কেকের মিশ্রণে পোলার রেড ভেলভেট আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। পিৎজা বার, ব্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
Got to go back and trust their spinners now. Santner the key. It'll be interesting to see how India plays Santner. They know if they can take him down, then it'll be real problems for New Zealand. So the skipper bringing himself on. Highest score in power play in this year's World Cup. Of all World Cups joint, the fastest 50 for Abhishek.
Massive moment in this finale. Can the skipper from New Zealand create something? We know that spinners have struggled at this venue, but certainly Santner is all about guile and flight. Can he control that? Can he pull out a bit of magic? Because he certainly needs to for New Zealand now.
Beauty about Santner is his subtle variations in pace, and he does it so cleverly. He's a tall man, it's not easy, demands a lot of practice and skill. This allows the ball to hang at times in the air.
Like you in the mid-80s did, fellow. Oh, I remember it well. I've just seen a couple of little bits of video of you on YouTube. Class. There are. Oh, it's good to be here again.
A glorious shot. Picked up length. It's opening the face of the blade and getting tremendous power.
Top shot. I wonder if it was just going to finish maybe just on the off stump. But with the pace on, it's easy for Sanju to use that pace. He's done it well over the last 2 games. Got to be tighter in his line with his tricky variation.
What I like about Sanju in this innings, I don't know if Danny and Bish, if you've noticed, the way he's used the crease. Earlier he used to be predictable, just go leg stump to leg stump, right back. Today he's been outside the crease, he's moved across to middle stump, he's changed angles.
Yeah, and having watched him a lot with Rajasthan, I think about the surfaces here in India, couldn't he try and bully his way out of situations? But here, with his mindset and his game, and of course he's in form, he's commanding so much out of his game and himself.
It's 98 for no loss, so India.
আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ সব ডিজাইন থেকে বেছে নিন জংমুক্ত ও লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিং ট্যাপ। ফিটিংস শাইন তো সবকিছু ফাইন।
আরএফএল ক্লাস পাইপ নিশ্চিত করে প্রতি ইঞ্চিতে সঠিক থিকনেস ও সঠিক মাপ, তাই মাটির 1250 ফুট গভীরেও আরামে নিতে পারে প্রচন্ড চাপ। পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না, আরএফএল ছাড়া
কিনবেন না।
SWR Pipe and Fittings।
পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
So 98 for no loss. Rachin Ravindra. He's got him. There's a sound there. The finger has gone up. He chased a wide one. And a good catch that. It was fuller in length.
Yeah, terrific innings coming to an end here. Thought about Santner. Did he create something? But no, it's Rachin Ravindra. Slower, loopy, teasing. He's done the trick, not the greatest delivery going around, but he gave it a little bit of hang time. Oh, they don't care, those in black. It's come at a time when they're desperate. Just had the drinks break, so often the case in 2020 cricket. But what an innings to set things up for India. What a platform. Abhishek Sharma gone for 52. First one down at 98 here.
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
একসাথে মেতে উঠি আমের সাথে, আজ সবার হাতে হাতে মেতে উঠি ফ্রুটোর সাথে।
ইফতার থেকে সেহেরিতে কোটি কোটি প্রাণ আজ আস্থার ভালোবাসায় মেতেছে ফ্রুটোময় স্বাদে।
Also in sparkling form, Ishan Kishan. He doesn't hang about too long, especially when there's a spin in operation. He starts off with a terrific shot. But good fielding keeps him down to 2. This 100 comes up, and it's come up in real good time.
Gee, where's we calling in the highlights? It is absolutely humming here in the final. Go with these fastest ever 50s and 100s we've seen. What a great World Cup it certainly has been here in 2026. Oh, entertainment to the fore.
It's driven square, and again good fielding. He's like a honey badger in that ground. He's all over, fearless in the field.
Man, there's that full floaty. Well, it's a funny old game. It would have been a wide, as you said, Rav. Certainly part of the ploy. Make them fetch, make them reach, make them drag the Indian, particularly 2 lefties. We've seen the end of Abhishek. Now we've got Ishan Kishan. Think about what Skipper's next. Sky, and then you've got Tilak Varma, Hardik Pandya. This goes on and on. Dubé, no slouch.
Well, that's a terrific shot of the back foot. This is a shot of a player in prime form. How good was their timing?
When you look at the shot, the difficulty was to keep an almost vertical bat in playing that through mid-wicket. Usually it's a horizontal bat you pull across the line of it. That is almost vertical and brilliant.
Oh, excellent. Some quality shots already from Ishan Kishan. Back-to-back boundaries. The scoreboard rattling along, 110 for 1.
ম্যাক্স কোলা খুব ভালো খেতে, খেয়ে বলি।
ম্যাক্স কোলার এমনই টেস্ট।
না খেলে বুঝবে কেমনে।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
About Kuldeep or Rinku Singh coming in, glad they've stuck with the same team. And you mentioned Bish, you don't know how much is good enough. When I went there for the toss, I looked at the groundsman, he had the biggest smile on his face. So I said, why are you smiling? He said, this is a beauty. This track is a beauty. If you think Mumbai was a beauty in the semis, this might be even better. Well, so far on evidence, it's there.
Just the amount of grass left on, that's the exciting thing. Think about the curators and the international guys that come around and look at surfaces.
Again, smashed on the back foot. Very quickly into his stride. He's got 13 off 6.
It's about that. And those of us that have played a bit in the past, sure, also had a good look at surfaces in recent years, and particularly in this part of the world, for a certain big tournament that's about to kick off at the end of the month. Grass left on adds pace, bounce, allows stroke makers to get full value, whether it's along the carpet going for 4 or actually just timing it exquisitely, and it just seems to sail into the crowd. Even at this venue, which is one of the biggest boundaries going around, the quality of the surfaces here have been outstanding. Forward to. At the moment there's just singles happening because of this great graphic. It's simply superb as the skipper with his guile and flight. So 4 singles. He'll be moosing everyone else at the other end. Happy to sit on Santner for this over.
I like the way Sanju Samson is applying himself. He knows the start is good. He doesn't have to do anything silly. He knows whom to target. He'll target the faster bowlers. It's quietly played away for a single. 6 off the over. It's 115 for 1.
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
15 for 1. 9 overs have been bowled. Jimmy Neesham into the attack now. Now this is where again Sanju Samson might want to put pressure on the bowlers straight away. is eyeing the field, very much on middle and off stump, seeing the field set with his guard. And that clears the infield, will land safely and get a couple of runs. This is where I think he will mature as a player. Just showing in this innings the way he's using the crease. He's got all the power, all the shots. By doing this, he doesn't allow the bowlers to target him in any sort of way. Makes them adapt and adjust to what he's doing. Oh, that's skill. That is high class for someone who can hit the ball with brute force. Well, that's quality for you.
Well, Ian Bishop and I just rock back in our chairs here and go, well, where do you bowl? Not the worst, nearly a Yorker, nearly a good Yorker. Hello. Fetch this, fellas.
Look at the angle of the bat when it makes contact with the ball. It's almost as if the edge is looking at the bowler.
I agree with that. If we see the boundary again, it's a deliberate opening of the face, obviously. How fine he expected to get it is something to behold. He knows there's someone at short third. Have a look. The face of the bat is actually facing point. You can see it there. Even more acute. That is great skill. That's a shot of a man in form. So one thing I would say about New Zealand's bowling, and there's still time to try to pull it back. But I go back to the early parts. Very few length balls in the early going.
Oh, that smashed off the back foot. Rare misfield from New Zealand. But the boundaries keep coming here.
Yeah, and just to further on that, Bish, you're right. I think when you saw the shape of just a little, just enough, where Henry was, and then we're all scratching our heads, perhaps why didn't he have another go? Well, the first and the third, he should have, because he does bowl that lovely test match length at a 6 metre length. And it's searching and just coming and nibbling, particularly inside those first 4 or 5 overs.
Yeah, India won 2 T20 World Cups, 2007, 2024, both batting first. Always a better side when they've got runs on the board. Because what happens then you get the crowd behind you. Having said that, this wicket will play good. We saw in the last game 252 was almost not enough because England were in it for long periods of time. We've got the Home Minister Amit Shah there. "12 of the over, 127 for 1."
কিরে ফিরে আসলি যে?
ভাবলাম একা একা তুই যদি ভয় পাস।
কারো ফিরে আসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। ফলের নির্যাস ও দুধের সমন্বয়ে পোলার টর্নেডো গ্রিন অ্যাপল আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপ রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। ম্যাচে প্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
Well, India are laying down the gauntlet at the moment, and it is a challenge that New Zealand are struggling to keep up with. They've tried a few different combinations. Just 1 wicket so far. Through the tournament, spinners have struggled at this ground in terms of going for runs and picking up wickets, but tonight the spinner's probably been more economical with this bowling lineup. Mitch Satner himself is in his 3rd over and he's just gone for 12. He bowled against South Africa though. His 4 overs went for 33 at this ground. A little misfield. Ravindra again.
Oh, this is a rollicking start by the Indians. Brilliant. Absolutely terrific. The think tank showing faith in Abhishek Sharma. And like Samson responded in the earlier matches, Sharma responded with a brilliant half century.
The crowd are loving the power from these Indian batters. It is pinging off their bats.
He's been playing the shot throughout this tournament and hitting it deep into the crowd. He's a pocket rocket. When you look at him, you don't think he would have that much of power, but look how far the ball has gone. In the slot, gone.
He's been impressive yet again, Zishan Keshan. They've been trying to keep it out of his hitting arc. This, however, dead straight, right in the slot. No hesitation, full swing of the bat. Santner knows. Gonna try and stay out of that hitting arc. His line wide. They can try and hit through the offside.
This time around, he cuts it off. The pressure that the Indian batters are creating on New Zealand are bringing those errors at times. New Zealand have got to find a way to put pressure back on India. He becomes the third player to score a half-century in a semi-final and a final of a T20 World Cup. And he's done it at home. 137 for 1.
ভালো আছি মা। তোমাকে বৌমা চলে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ চলে গেছে মানে? আবার বলে রে কি হইব?
আরে মা বাপের বাড়ি গেছে ঘুরতে। কি ভাই লোকাল ওয়াইফাই এর ঝামেলায় জীবনে শান্তি নাই? আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই। রবি ওয়াইফাই মানে এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ।
2009, Shahid Afridi scored a half-century at the semi-final and a final. Virat Kohli did it in 2014. Sanju Samson has now got himself 3 half-centuries in a row in this T20 World Cup. And he's going to keep going. A free swing of the bat, a man in form.
Yes, we've been seeing one magnificent shot after the other from the Indians. We've seen from Sanju Samson over the past couple of games. But there is no Indian who's had enough of it. They want more. They want more. Once again, the back movement, not back and across, giving him that little extra time to be able to get to the ball and bang it away.
Now he goes straight. 2 sixes. Brings up the 50 partnership between these two in 25 deliveries.
This is such a calculated shot because the mid-off is in the 30-meter circle. And so he's not looked to go towards the long on side because there's a fielder at long on. He knew that he probably wouldn't be able to get too much power into it, but the timing, it's the timing that has taken it over the ropes. Back-to-back sixes, pressure now on the bowler.
A change of angle now for Ferguson as he comes around. Gets in the block hole. That's probably a good place to be at this stage.
Yeah, it is, because it's accurate. It's New Zealand's Achilles heels today, and it has allowed Sanju Samson to get into his work quite nicely. Down the ground to Starwood, had a little bit of luck, but the form and the touch continues. That is meat and drink. He has fed off that a lot. Brilliance on the biggest stage of them all.
Runs are flowing from both ends at the moment. New Zealand have got to find a way to create pressure. But right now, with runs flowing from both ends, it's going to be very difficult.
Well, when you look at the pace at which he's bowling at just the right pace. If you keep on bowling in the slot against batters who are in good form, good touch, you're going to go for maximum. The third maximum out of 4 delivery that he's bowled. 19 runs already.
Shankishan started so brilliantly in the tournament, though they struggled a little bit with the opening partnership, India. And in fact, coming into this tournament, they were averaging just over 16 of the opening partnership coming into this game. So they're making 98. Ishan Kishan also moving down the order. And he's kept continuing making runs. Now second on the list. Into the surface he goes, but Satner is in the inner ring, and it easily clears his head. 161 now on the ball.
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
RFL SWR পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না। RFL ছাড়া
RFL SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস। সর্বাধুনিক CPVC ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি RFL CPVC Pro পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। RFL CPVC Pro পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
They've gone to by now, New Zealand, but I reckon they've run through a few of them. Yep, plan Q by now. 8 overs to go. Trying to keep it out of the hitting arc as much as possible. They tried that early as well in the power play, but it didn't really work. Question is going to be who gets their hands on this trophy. Well, a legend had his hands on the trophy a bit earlier on. MS Dhoni walked the trophy out with Rohit Sharma. Joy Shah as well, alongside. There's the vice chairman of JioHotstar out there in the middle. Lovely moment for everyone involved. That has gone a long way back. So easily as he dispatched that into the crowd.
My God. What a shot. That is, I mean, the previous over we saw that shot from Sanju Samson of the last ball. Have a look at this one as well. Oh, this is some batting. This is some hitting. This is some massacre.
Changes now with Samson on strike. One leg is up, third is up, and on long off back. Amazing to think from New Zealand's point of view, coming into this game, they only had 4 overs go over 20. Already had 4 of those tonight. Been an absolute onslaught by India and their batters.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons behind that has been alluded tonight already. Gone to plan B, C and D before actually giving A good strong chance to work. Talked about tactically using their strengths against India's strengths. Matt Henry is one of those. Good seam and swing bowler. Only bowled 1 in those first 3 overs. think when they look back at this absolute onslaught, and this is what happens when you make tactical mistakes against really good sides. They punish you. Informed batters come out. Almost Sanju Samson, who was the informed batter coming into this game, took a back seat for the power play. Abhishek Sharma took full control. Glenn Phillips only bowling 1 over to Abhishek Sharma as well. Probably the second of the tactical mistakes. India now firmly in control.
As a South African, I would say where were the tactical mistakes the other night in the semi-final? They made none. One-handed, straight it goes, doesn't really time it. We haven't said that too many times tonight. It's 171 for 1.
Well, the only wicket to fall this evening after Ravindra wide, edged through the Tim Seifert. Brilliant hands. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball this evening. Nice soft hands. He will have a part to play if New Zealand are to get anywhere near the total of that India set. You have to believe that they're not out of this game yet.
ভালো আছি মা। তোমাকে বৌমা চলে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ চলে গেছে মানে? আবার বললেন কি হইব?
আরে মা, বাপের বাড়ি গেছে ঘুরতে। কি ভাই, লোকাল ওয়াইফাই এর ঝামেলায় জীবনে শান্তি নাই? আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই। রবি ওয়াইফাই মানেই এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ।
Now the question is, what can he do here? Just feel that from here on in, it is just about damage control. So hard for New Zealand really to pull back complete control of this game.
Yeah, the skipper has to believe that they're not out of the game yet. Previous semi-final India played, scoring over 250, but only won by 7 runs. Have to find a way to stay in this game. Batting surface is good. Got to find a way out of this situation.
I think Sonny, Owen and I have both done pretty well. We've both brought up our semi-finals at the same time. I had South Africa in there, he's brought up the England semi-final as well.
Yes, yes. One thing you've got to say about Rachin Ravindra's bowling is that he might have given 12 runs, but he seems to have a knack of taking wickets because he's got, 12 wickets so far in this tournament. So he's coming pretty handy.
Yeah, clever bowling. That's the reason I think he is so effective, Sonny. Just reads the game nicely. You can clearly tell India, both batters, handbrake down, looking to push the pedal here for the final stages of the game. You've got to be clever. You've got to try and read what they're trying to do. Get them off strike, try and break rhythm in the over. If you can get in and out of an over for less than double figures, that is a win at this stage.
Just went quiet for a little moment, just a few deliveries, but Sanju Samson makes sure that quietness doesn't last long.
This is the 106 by India in this World Cup. And look at this. This is more of a bottom-hander shot, but still enough power, enough timing. He's gone miles.
Continue to flow so easily. Samson showing his strength in Ahmedabad.
Well, how crisp is the footwork here from Sanju Samson. Just making batting look very easy at the moment. Picks the length, dances back onto that favoured back foot and knows immediately. Just puts a good swing on it. That is a big, big 6.
Yes, twinkling footwork. The way he went onto the back foot, used the depth of the crease, opened the front foot so that he could hit it over mid-wicket. It is classy batting.
Yeah, and you've got to imagine, where does Ravindra go here? Is it going to be quicker? Is it going to be slower and wider? Imagine he will try and stay wide.
The shots are something that you have to just admire. This is sensational. 191 for one it is. And New Zealand will appreciate this drinks.
আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ সব ডিজাইন থেকে বেছে নিন জংমুক্ত ও লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিন ট্যাপ। ফিটিংস শাইন তো সবকিছু ফাইন।
আরএফএল ক্লাস পাইপ নিশ্চিত করে প্রতি ইঞ্চিতে সঠিক থিকনেস ও সঠিক মাপ, তাই মাটির 1250 ফুট গভীরেও আরামে নিতে পারে প্রচন্ড চাপ। পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না। আরএফএল ছাড়া
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
They dreamed of
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। শিলক, হ্যান্ডমার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ। সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। পিৎজা বার, হ্যান্ডমার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
কি রে ফিরে আসলি যে?
ভাবলাম একা একা তুই যদি ভয় পাস।
কারো ফিরে আসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। ফলের নির্যাস ও দুধের সমন্বয়ে পোলার টর্নেডো গ্রিন অ্যাপল আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। ম্যাচে হ্যান্ডমার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
ভালো আছি মা। তোমাকে বৌমা চলে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ চলে গেছে মানে? আবার বলে দেন কি হইব?
আরে মা, বাপের বাড়ি গেছে ঘুরতে। কি ভাই, লোকাল ওয়াইফাই এর ঝামেলায় জীবনে শান্তি নাই? আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই। রবি ওয়াইফাই মানে এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ।
ইফতারে আজ একসাথে মেতে উঠি আমের সাথে, আজ সবার হাতে হাতে মেতে উঠি ফ্রুটোর সাথে।
ইফতার থেকে সেহেরিতে কোটি কোটি প্রাণ আজ আস্থার ভালোবাসায় মেতেছে ফ্রুটোময় স্বাদে।
Shell shocked at the moment. They've got 6 overs to somehow pull this back. Already, India have the highest team score in a T20 World Cup final. Samson has the highest individual score in a T20 World Cup final. Records being broken. We're just 14 overs in. A rare dot ball.
Yeah, word from Mitchell Santner as well. None for 21 in his 3.1 overs. Begs to think why he didn't continue to bowl out. He's going to need wickets, and they need wickets now. You really get the feeling as if something's going to happen in this over. Experience and accuracy of the New Zealand captain against 2 in batters.
Also the drinks break, always a bit of a...
How easily he gets into position. So quickly he moves his feet, gets himself into position to allow him to free the arms.
Yes, I was just going to say drinks break can be a bit of a concentration breaker, but these guys are in such tremendous rhythm. Anything in the arc, it is going to go down there. He's such a good player of that particular shot. He's got the power, he's got the timing. Looking to change the angle, coming over the wicket, the New Zealand skipper.
Yeah, Ishan Kishan just pleading for the wide, but I think it's a good decision from umpire Illingworth. That is the most effective line to Ishan Kishan. Wide and then vary your pace. Yeah, look where that back foot is. That therefore moves the guideline for the umpire. Good decision.
Ishan Kishan had to change roles slightly through the World Cup, but Yari is still performing in the final with a half century and also brings up the 100 partnership of 45 deliveries.
He really is a joy to watch. He's been in full flow throughout this tournament, but when it matters, has stood up. Just 23 deliveries to take him to a half century. Partnership now 100 from 45.
Centuries for the top three batters. You ask for much more from your batting lineup.
Well, what a comeback to the Indian cricket team this man has made. He's had a very good season. Now having a very good final as well.
Straight he goes. These two are playing so beautifully together. Already the 200 is up. It's 203 for one.
FL Easy Pipe American ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত RFL Easy Pipe and Fittings পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস
বাবা এত এনার্জি কই পাও
এই পাওয়ার চুমুকে অ্যাকশন
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা ক্লিক সুইচ নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে
And there'll be many more such first times by the time you're done today, I think. The first three players have all scored 50s in the same innings. Here's a little stat for you. Sanju Samson, 89 of 45, is striking at 198, and he's the slowest of all the players today. How many can you get in this game? There's a fielder, the catch will be taken. Sanju Samson's excellent innings is over. But once again, he's done what the team wanted, and once again has put them in a position from where they can dream of retaining this T20 World Cup. Well played.
Extremely well played, and just listening outside, I've stuck my ear outside the comm box. It's so quiet. When a wicket falls, as ever, Indian player goes, they just want to keep going. They want the entertainment to keep flowing. Jeez, this guy is in red hot form. Hard to stop. He's got 89 again. Bit of a dodgy number for Sanju Samson. Nonetheless, what an innings. What an innings in the finale. India, 203 for 2 now.
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ ছবির মতো সুন্দর RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী
RFL SWR পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়
না দেখে ঠকবেন না RFL ছাড়া
RFL SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস
পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস সর্বাধুনিক CPVC ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি RFL CPVC Pro Pipe and Fittings 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে RFL CPVC Pro Pipe and Fittings.
You go in.
Are you sure that's the case, or Hardik Pandya has just run out before even Surya could react?
He's your friend. You know him better.
I can tell you for sure Hardik Pandya would have been itching to bat, literally begging and pleading with Surya Kumar, saying, please, just allow me to go, I'm ready.
New Zealand have used 7 bowlers. Nisham a wicket with a full toss. Now Hardik Pandya. The furthest you can go down the ground to drive and not get a run.
For the third time in 3 games, Sanju Samson has done what's required for the team, and in the end missed out on another landmark. But what an innings he's played. Semi-finals, finals, and the game that it took to get into this knockout stages. Ideally a full toss like that, you want to be pulling it over mid-wicket, but he's almost hit it with a vertical bat back past the bowler. Caught it long on. You look at that and go, my God, I just missed that.
The good thing about this T20 game is it's taken away the individual landmark completely. It doesn't count.
Very selfless, isn't it? That's what I love about this. lot of players get it. Well, we've been treated. Some of us are Ricky Martin fans. Oof.
Yeah, Falguni Pathak before that. And then, of course, Sukhbir Singh singing his favorite numbers. Three balls without a run. Interesting move, Dike. Decipher this for us, sending Punjab.
It's pretty simple. At the death, they reckon Hardik Pandya is the best hitter of the cricket ball. And if especially a right-hander falls, it was between Surya and Hardik. And who's done it a lot more? Hardik Pandya. And hence he is there at the crease. They know what he can do. He's got great hand speed and he'll be looking to hit a six from next over almost every ball. But have a look at those strike rates. Everybody does quite well here.
Just wonder if Surya Kumar Yadav thinks he's in a stage in his career where he likes those 7 or 8 balls to get going. And you don't have 7 or 8 balls to get going from here. So who's quickest off the blocks? One hand, 2 hands on the catch. Jimmy Neesham is bowled. He's a low full toss. He's picked up another. They're picking up wickets. Are they picking them up too late, or is there a little comeback for New Zealand?
I know with that iPad, John. You just don't know, do you? That's the beauty of this game. 2 and an over. Someone else with ball in hand who's something dramatic as well in those final overs. Yeah, he's pumped as Jimmy Neesham. Good time to get another set batter out. Yeah, Ishan Kishan gone for 54 from 25. Another halcyon effort. And they're 3 down for 204 here.
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ।
আমেরিকান এএসটিএম স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
ড্রিঙ্কও এখন রিয়াল ফ্রুট পাল্প ও নাটা চেরি সহ নতুন প্যাকে নতুন স্বাদে। জিরো হবে নতুন ফিলে।
India scoring at 12.88. 1 run off this over, the 16th of the over. 1 run so far. 2 wickets. 2 new batters in as you come towards the end of the innings. Now Surya Kumar Yadav. Now has he taken it? This is an absolute stunner. Surya Kumar Yadav has played the ball in an area he loves playing. Rachin Ravindra was the one person on the ground who thought there was a wicket opportunity there. Suddenly, India have been rocked. 3 wickets in an over. That's a brilliant catch. As much for completing it as for getting there. Surya Kumar Yadav is gone without scoring. 4 overs left. India 204 for 4 now.
আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ।
আমেরিকান এএসটিএম স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। আরএফএল ইজি পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
বাবা এত এনার্জি কই পাও?
এই পাওয়ার চুমুকে অ্যাকশন।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
Tilak Verma comes in. In recent times, been magnificent at the end. Dropped down from number 3, he's become a late overs marauder. Duffy comes back. 2 overs for 35 so far.
Well, dare to believe. That's the thing. Talking about getting 2 in an over, then you get 3. So it was certainly on for Sky to do this. There's the beauty of this venue compared to Wankiti, where Bethel got England very close. because the boundary size allows this sort of thing to happen. So much bigger in a pocket like that. Excellent.
It's a tricky feeling for a middle order batter at this stage, because it's easy to say just come and get going, but the fact that 3 wickets have fallen in 1 over, you're almost second guessing yourself. So probably we'll see Tilak Verma take a couple of balls. Hardik has already done that, so it's Hardik's turn to keep going when he gets his opportunity.
Oh, that might have gone straight through his hands. I just hope he's not hurt, Finn Allen. That was hit very, very hard. Another day, it might have been another wicket.
He's got a bit of taping on his hand as well, low to his left. It's not a good sign, but he's okay. He's still on the field, just walking to short fine leg, which tells you it's probably an old bruise that's flared up.
He should have got it, shouldn't he?
Every night of the week, Harsha, you'll be saying. Oh, it is. It's niggly. That did hit him on that bad thumb.
Immediately as a middle order batter, you need to think, what's a good score here? 240, 245, and then approach it with how many boundaries you need.
I'm just thinking down the track here, DK. Think about Finn Allen. You'll know about hand injuries. Just think that's strapped up massively, and then you've got to open the batting as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The adrenaline will help you to obviously get past the feeling of pain a little bit, but probably you'll have to take a painkiller as well.
In the middle of a storm, it's a little drought. Last 9 balls, only 4 runs and 3 wickets. Couple more runs, might go all the way. Now it's pulled back in. They've been good on the ground. New Zealand, they keep it down to 2.
It's amazing how this happens so often in 2020 cricket. All around the globe, and these guys are playing every calendar month. It is just outstanding when you guys are going healthily. The top 3 have got runs. All of a sudden, you lose 2 or 3 in an over, and the momentum shift happens. Doesn't mean you don't win the game or whatever, but it's just fascinating how often this happens, often with the drink spray thrown in there.
In a game like this, Harsha, you'd rather have the quiet period very late in the game than very early. So I think India's obviously done so well to get to the position they are. 210 for 4 in 17 overs, just under it. They'd do anything to say okay to that.
I think if you said that at the toss, you'd take it every night of the week.
There's Rohit Sharma, MS Dhoni, Jay Shah. Rohit Sharma not having happy memories, I'm sure, of the same ground a couple of years ago, but he'd be so happy looking at this Indian team do this tonight.
India need a finishing kick, though. They like the distance runner who runs out of steam. 2-1-1 for 4.
RFL Easy Pipe, American ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ, ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। RFL Easy Pipe and Fittings, পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি, রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন, ম্যাচে প্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
Second, Harsha, this over is going to be a huge over. But this is where Hardik and Tilak will unleash without having any doubts whatsoever. They'll back their shots. They'll try and go as big as they can.
I just got the feeling a couple of times that Hardik was probably trying to hit the ball too hard.
If you do see how New Zealand have gone about things today, have a look at this. Their slow ones, 14 balls they've bowled, 4 have been wide, so 14 of whatever's been bowled has gone for 42 runs. They've trusted their slow ones so much and they've gone up plenty. And when they actually have bowled on length, there's not too much that's happened in the new ball. They went too early to the slow balls tonight.
On a hat-trick, Jimmy Neesham. Can the runs stay down? New Zealand say 230. Can we keep them down to 230 maybe? Can they dream?
Have a look at that first over, Harsha. Brand new ball with a good upright seam. He's just hit length. And there's not much the batter has done there. But soon after, they've gone to slow one so early and given it away in a platter to India. They're going to look at this and go, why did we do this?
Well, way too early, too often. But someone like Henry, such a good length. I'm saying about the 6 metre length and the test match length. Bowled the first one, should have bowled the third one. Backed themselves a bit. And what you said, courage or a bit of confidence to do that in a final situation with a new ball.
Hardik Pandya is not finding his rhythm here. He's batted 8 balls just to find, not a boundary yet. He knows boundary is the currency right now. At this stage of the game, he needs to go for as many boundaries as he can. And be rest assured, Tilak will be trying to hit a boundary every time he plays a ball as well. Maybe a pull shot or on the leg side is what I think it's going to be.
How about an off pole ripping out of the ground?
Tell you what, we've got 2 batters in there, both of whom the bat speed is there, but the timing isn't. I just wonder, they're trying to hit too hard, and India have got 213. It is in spite of some excellent ground fielding by New Zealand.
Again, a lovely catch, 2 great catches, and Tim Seifert's catch. I'm sure that'll go unnoticed a little bit. That was a very good attempt as well.
How can it, DK, with a keeper in the commentary box? How can it?
Gold.
Once again, he's called for 2 here. They'll get it quite easy. Surely not a 3. Do you know that 3s exist in the T20 game?
No,
Danny?
no, they've sold those. They've gone out of fashion. But why I was being a bit cheeky and facetious with that one, and I yelled out about just a little bit about knocking the off pole out. When you knew he's probably going to bowl a slow one. But I just think he bowls a good Yorker, doesn't he? He gets a good Yorker when he bowls a scrambled seam one. To get it in the block hole. Very adept at it, very good at it. Now that we've moved into that stage of the final overs.
They're dragging it back, New Zealand. There's a fielder there. No, he almost got there. A boundary after 16 balls. And it almost wasn't. Because there's a man called Glenn Phillips who doesn't believe there's a ball there that he cannot get to.
The moment he hit it, he thought he was gone for all money. That's because this man on screen almost got to it. Hardik Pandya has looked to probably hit the ball so hard and into Sabarmati River. At times he's losing shape here. Being supported.
The phone booth there. He jumped into it, threw on his suit, and got the cape out to Phillips. Nearly.
He's normally a fantastic timer of the ball. Eight of this Nisham over. Finds the fielder again. All of a sudden they're about 15 on the ground. 9 off at 220 for 4 with 2 to play.
শান্তি প্রশান্তি ক্লিক ফ্যানের অ্যারোডাইনামিক ডিজাইনের অ্যালুমিনিয়াম ব্লেড ও ডাবল শিল্ডেড বল বেয়ারিং নিঃশব্দে বাতাস ছড়ায় পুরো ঘর জুড়ে। ক্লিক ফ্যান, প্রশান্তির হাওয়া ছড়িয়ে যাবে সবখানে।
ক্লিক লাইটে আলো বেশি।
ক্লিক লাইটের প্রতি ওয়াটে সঠিক লুমেন দেয় সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো। সম্পূর্ণ ফ্লিকার ফ্রি হওয়ায় চোখের জন্য ভালো। ক্লিক এলইডি, সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো।
3 wickets in that over, and India haven't really recovered after that.
Hardik Pandya, that's the spray to make sure that the glove sticks onto the bat quite nicely and doesn't lose grip. So far Hardik has had no grip with his batting whatsoever. He's not timed many a ball. He needs a slightly heavier bat. That's what he's gone to. The previous one wasn't working well for him.
No, I'm not being cheeky here, but because you played in this modern era, did you ever do this? Spraying on the gripper?
You can spray it on the grip or on the palms of your hands. Either ways you could go, but it definitely does help.
Why would you even ask, Danny? Now, has it worked? It has. Whatever it was that he needed, he's gripped that bat well enough.
You ask Hardik Pandya and he'll tell you he probably didn't time it as well as he would have liked. The inner half of the bat just about carrying. Hardik hasn't still got his rhythm tonight. And when he gets it, we know what he can do. The question is, can he?
He's 18 of 12. Now we've got a man coming in from deep point. So you've got deep mid-wicket, deep backward square, long gone. And then 2 out on the off. Straight up. This should be taken. Inside the circle. And it's taken. One more goes down for India. It wasn't to be today for Hardik. He looked a little lost. He looked like he was playing a part in a play he hadn't rehearsed.
Yeah, well said, Harsh. Didn't come out early. Skipper said, yeah, you can go in at 4. Kudos to the Kiwis coming back after Neesham's heroics and 3 wickets and 1 over. Really has halted proceedings. They were looking at 260 odd down the barrel. With Hardik out of here, he's gobbled up 13 balls for 18. He's out of here at 226 for 5 now.
RFL Easy Pipe.
আমেরিকান ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। RFL Easy Pipe and Fittings, পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি। রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। ম্যাচে প্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
It's interesting, every time you see a scorecard in a big game, you see there's a contribution from Shivam Dube. I think he might be needed with the ball as well, but at the moment, he's got bat in hand with 10 balls. Can India get 20 of these 10? Can New Zealand keep them down to even 235? Henry's got a wicket now. 1 for 44. Shivam Dube in strike.
Just a night when Hardik Pandya just couldn't get going. The slower bumper has been a nemesis for him. This one bouncing on him a bit too much, and he's looking to hit it over long off, almost an impossible shot. But must say, the slower balls that didn't work with the newer ball is definitely working in the last 5 overs. They've bowled plenty of slower ones, 7 to be precise, and every one of them haven't gone for a boundary, which tells you that the slower ball, when the ball is old, seems to be working much better.
And another 8 of this over.
Matt Henry is someone who loves his slow bounces at the death. Bowls it 42% of the time.
Still just a single. New Zealand are knocking on the door, but has the horse bolted?
You never know, Harsha. India got 256 or 254, if I'm right, last game.
Now, how many of these languages does DK speak? All the languages that this World Cup is being beamed out into. One more in the air, but this will fall short. And they'll come back for 2. Stroke play not easy now. 11 of the over though, with 1 left. India 231 for 5.
ক্লিক লাইটে আলো বেশি।
ক্লিক লাইটের প্রতি ওয়াটে সঠিক লুমেন দেয় সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো। সম্পূর্ণ ফ্লিকার ফ্রি হওয়ায় চোখের জন্য ভালো। ক্লিক এলইডি, সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে। দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
Last 24 balls, 28 for 4. It tells us where our game has gone. That with a score of 231 for 5, they get things as an opportunity. Just tells you never know what is enough, and especially New Zealand. You saw them play against South Africa. Finn Allen made 133 balls. And it begs the question again to the two of you, how much is ever enough?
It's an interesting ground, this, because of the bigger side boundaries. The slow bouncers generally tend to work very well. I remember in the IPL finals as well, plenty of that was used, and that was very effective. It seems to have worked today as well. But that seems to be working much better when the ball is slightly scruffed up. Comes on much slower to the batter. Dubey will be ready to try and pump it on the leg side.
Last over coming up. Jimmy Neesham, 3 for 22 of 3. Round the wicket. Dubey goes high but not long enough. But he was never there. Oh, it might be 4. It is. He was searching for it. It tells you how good the Akshar Patel catch was the other day. This was as tough, if not tougher.
Well, he's got long on, is Neesham. He hasn't got long off. That's the skipper who had to backpedal and had a lot of real estate to get to. Put a fingernail on it and then watch this pop up. Ooh, just above the right eye. And add a bit of insult. It does go into the fence, but what a great effort from the captain. But now, Neesham, he's under the pump a little. First one goes for 4. And both you gentlemen, left and right of me, saying at 240 odd, can India breach 250 in this final over?
Long off is still in. Inside the circle at mid-off. This is huge from Shivam Dubey in his hitting arc. He's got a lovely bat swing that picks it up from wherever and deposits it to deep mid-wicket.
A small little cameo from Shivam Dubey yet again, when others weren't able to get boundaries. 2 on the bounce already. You had to bowl the slower bumper or the slower one much fuller. This one on length. Shivam Dubey just used his height and brilliant bat swing to good advantage. Going high over mid-wicket. India going past 240.
He's a monster hitter, this man. How many fielders can you put out? Long off is going out. Point is coming in. He doesn't play too many square behind square. His hitting arc is straight down the ground.
This is dangerous, really is, for a right armour coming round to the lefty.
6 more. As good a shot as any you will see.
Absolutely classic. Over extra cover with wings on it. It has just sailed away effortlessly from the big guy.
Just have a look at his balance here. He hasn't looked to overhit it. Good stable base, simple flow, just going through the line of the ball, and that's what's good death hitting. Not losing shape, trying to hit it too hard. Lovely batting by Shivam Dubey. Under pressure, when you're nervous, it's so hard to do this. Credit to him. He's done it nicely so far.
This Indian team is a batting juggernaut.
That backdrop. Look at it. It's a sea of blue. What a speckle of white.
Daryl Mitchell and Jimmy Neesham having a chat, mainly to break the pattern, not giving it away in a jiffy, just taking time in between deliveries.
It's the highest T20 score at this ground now. One bounce, 4 more. It's just a question at the moment of Shivam Dubey saying, what part of the ground do I fancy? And 250 comes up. Once again for the 3rd time by India in this tournament.
There are good-looking players and then there are effective players. Shivam Dubey, definitely the latter. And how effective has he been for Team India in this World Cup? Every time he's walked out to bat, no matter what the situation, he's adapted and got the job done. Yet again, on a big night in the finals, he's taking India past 250. 22 of just the 6 so far, and a bit to come, I would think.
Well, they're just making it look so easy. Still 2 deliveries to go. 20 off, folks. Neesham, a little rattled to say the least. Yeah, they slowed the game down, had a discussion. But now he's going to go back over. Just shows you the tension.
2 balls left. He's 22 of 6. Tilak Varma wanted the single. He's a mean hitter himself, Tilak Varma. Dubey says, it's mine. I'll take the last ball.
Well, what's the replay there? 4-6-6-4. This is the first one. Santner missing that. Next two beautiful shots. One that was bludgeon, and the next one an artistic shot over covers. And this probably the easiest of the lot. The last ball was probably in his blind spot, Harsha. He didn't see that much, and that's such a tough area for a left-hander to hit.
Fine legs inside the circle, though the man out on the boundary, that square leg. Last ball of the innings. India got a gigantic total on the board. It might be more, it'll be 4 more, and India finished 255. When you are put into bat, you think, how many can I get? And you dream and you think 250 maybe, and India have gone and touched that.
Yeah, big applause to the blue juggernaut. It is simply outstanding batting. Slow ball, hits it over the top, and do no wrong. Look at that. 4-6-6-4 dot and a 4 to finish. 24 off the last one. Take a bow, Team India.
It's the kind of score that, if it is chased down, you've got the best final in the history of T20 cricket. Third highest total in a T20 World Cup now. It's a staggering performance. Just wonder what he's thinking about going in there. He won the toss, he put the opposition in. He's now got to live with the fact that that decision has produced 255. India just seemed to be struggling a little bit early on, making those 170s, 180s. And then once it all fell in place, this batting juggernaut has taken India, powered India past 250 every time. You look at the bowling figure, some very good bowlers in that New Zealand side, and they've all travelled. New Zealand have no choice but to go from ball one. They'll probably give themselves a couple of minutes to sit in there to contemplate what's happened, and then tell Allen and Seifert, come on, go and do what these batters did. Sanju Samson, 89 of 46, beautifully crafted innings. Abhishek Sharma, 52 of 21, his way of saying thank you to a team management that never stopped believing. Ishan Kishan has been such a star performer for India, 54 of 25. Then that little stumble for India. Hardik Pandya, Surya Kumar Yadav, and then that finishing kick from Shivam Dube. Matt Henry's a fine bowler, 1 for 49. Lockie Ferguson, 2 overs, none for 48. Jacob Duffy, 3 overs, none for 42. It was only Santner, 4 overs for 33, was able to keep them back. Nisham to some extent, until that huge last over where he was bludgeoned for 24. So 255 for 5. Let's go down and see what New Zealand think about it. Simon Dool with Matt Henry.
Matt, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I know these ones aren't easy. Just your initial thoughts on that?
Yeah, obviously that's tough. Yeah, obviously we would like to keep them to probably under 240 there, but I mean, we've still got the firepower and the belief in this shed. So I think for us, the way we start, hopefully we can get a good read of the wicket and put them under some pressure.
We saw you go to quite a lot of slower balls early on. Was that a bit of a plan?
Yeah, obviously with the way they like pace coming onto the ball, the plan was obviously to take a bit of pace away from them, and obviously they combated that pretty well, and probably for us it's a little bit disappointing, but the way we could manage to squeeze it back from there in that middle phase, we gave ourselves a fighting chance there, and at the end of the day we're not out of this. We believe in that. What do you think your batters have picked up from how they played? Yeah, well, I think if you look at the way they started, they actually got a read of the wicket, and then from there they actually looked to accelerate and put us under a lot of pressure. So obviously it didn't look like when you're coming up from ball one, give yourself a couple balls, but yeah, for us, frustrating one, but I think we still back our boys to get this done. All right, I really appreciate your time. Good luck if you have to get the pads on. Yeah, hopefully not. Something special from up top.
It's good to see that he can keep his sense of humour there, Matt Henry. But look at that middle phase. You call it accelerate. That's where New Zealand did a bit of running, 20 for 3. And even in those last 3 overs, it was a 24-run last over. that took India to 255, but see what came before that power play, Danny. That was it.
Yeah, it was extraordinary, wasn't it? 92 without loss. Man, that is just fireworks galore. You think about the highest team totals going around in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. And through the years, down through them, India, look at that, recently. Talk about being in form right when you need to be. Amazing.
So many of those in 2026. As this tournament has gone along, the runs have just started, the seeds are germinating, and the runs just all over. Right, so there you are, 255 for 5, 256 to get. They've got to look at what England did and say, right, if we can get a move on early, then who knows where we end up. Allen and Seifert. In this break, we've got something that the New Zealand batters would like to do, light up this stadium. It's a lovely blue glow that's settled across this Narendra Modi Stadium at the moment. What's the thought in the change room, Danny? They've got to believe, though.
Yeah, as the words of Matt Henry just chatting there with Simon Dill, you do have the belief, given what happened against South Africa, in a chasing situation as well. May not be quite as explosive from one player, but hey, look what happened in the top order, just seen from India. It's a team game, and the first three was simply outstanding.
ঈদ লাগছে মনে বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস
কি রে ফিরে আসলি যে
ভাবলাম একা একা তুই যদি ভয় পাস
কারো ফিরে আসা ভালো করতে পারে মন ফলের নির্যাস ও দুধের সমন্বয়ে পোলার টর্নেডো গ্রিন অ্যাপল আইসক্রিম পোলার মন ভালো থাক
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন পিৎজা বার ব্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়
না দেখে ঠকবেন না আরএফএল ছাড়া
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস
একটু ভালোবাসা ভালো করতে পারে মন চিজি আইসক্রিমের সাথে ভেলভেটি কেকের মিশ্রণে পোলার রেড ভেলভেট আইসক্রিম পোলার মন ভালো থাক
ঈদ লাগছে মনে বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার
আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ সব ডিজাইন থেকে বেছে নিন জংমুক্ত ও লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিন ট্যাপ ফিটিংস শাইন তো সবকিছু ফাইন
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়
না দেখে ঠকবেন না আরএফএল ছাড়া
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস
উৎসবে ভালোবাসা ঈদ মানে
So our laser show.
ঈদ লাগছে মনে বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস
কি রে ফিরে আসলি যে
ভাবলাম একা একা তুই যদি ভয় পাস
কারো ফিরে আসা ভালো করতে পারে মন ফলের নির্যাস ও দুধের সমন্বয়ে পোলার টর্নেডো গ্রিন অ্যাপল আইসক্রিম পোলার মন ভালো থাক
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন পিৎজা বার ব্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়
আরএফএল SWR পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না, আরএফএল ছাড়া
SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
একটু ভালোবাসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। চিজি আইসক্রিমের সাথে ভেলভেটি কেকের মিশ্রণে পোলার রেড ভেলভেট আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ সব ডিজাইন থেকে বেছে নিন জংমুক্ত ও লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিন ট্যাপ। ফিটিংস শাইন তো সবকিছু ফাইন।
আরএফএল SWR পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না, আরএফএল ছাড়া
SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
উৎসবে ভালোবাসা ঈদ মানে বাঁচা।
When we come back.
This is our
The final of an ICC World event.
Feel the rhythm.
India boxing the power play.
On backs with the class held high. One more ball and we
Brings
touch
us
the
his half
sky.
century in a World Cup final. Oh, excellent. And he's done it at home. The crowd are loving the power.
Forming
in the final for the half century. Samson's excellent innings is over.
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
উৎসবে ভালোবাসা ঈদ মানে বাঁচা।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি। রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। চিলক্স, হ্যান্ডমার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার। ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
ভালো আছি মা। তোমাকে বৌমা চলে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ চলে গেছে মানে? আবার বললে না কি হইব?
আরে মা, বাপের বাড়ি গেছে ঘুরতে। কি ভাই, লোকাল ওয়াইফাই এর ঝামেলায় জীবনে শান্তি নাই? আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই। রবি ওয়াইফাই মানেই এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ।
We are set to continue the grand final of this ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup 2026, the final here in Ahmedabad, largest cricket stadium in the world, and it's a full house for India versus New Zealand. The entertainment has been rich with the power hitters on show, a target of 256, a record target, stands ahead of New Zealand, and they have some power. India was superb. There was a little period between overs 15 to 18, I think, when New Zealand looked to pull things back, courtesy Jimmy Neesham and 3 wickets in the over. But Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan, Shivam Dube with the finishing touches, Abhishek Sharma with his first real tempo score, high tempo score of the tournament, 52 in 21. India compiled a magnificent 255 for 5. Jimmy Neesham stands out there with 3 wickets. His last over went for a few. It sort of discolored the figures. A touch, a wicket for Rachin Ravindra, and 1 for Henry. An awesome sight in a T20 World Cup, where it has been the most successful in terms of fans coming through to watch the tournament live. Over 1 million have participated in the experience at the stadium. Dinesh Karthik and Simon Dool here with me. The culmination here with India having done so well, but New Zealand have power. Finn Allen and Tim Seifert in particular showed us that in the semis.
Evening, Bish. Yeah, they did, but they're going to have to do the same as they did against South Africa. 170 in 12.5 overs. This is the power of these two. They hit the ball in similar areas, matching each other here, but in a slightly different vein. Finn Allen stays a lot taller. Tim Seifert crouches, gets down, hits the ball square of the wicket a little more often, you would think, but they've both got power. Boy, if New Zealand ever needed them, tonight is the night. It's such a daunting task. It really is, and nobody expects that they can chase this down, but they won't be thinking that. That is the key. They will not be thinking that in that dressing room, and those 2 openers coming out to bat won't be thinking that. Everybody else in the stadium, probably most of us up here, think that it will be a very, very difficult ask. 12.5 overs, 173 for 1. They need to match that. DK?
Good evening, Surya and Bishop and Dooley. In a way, when you're chasing down a total as massive as this, you almost become unhinged in your mindset. You just say, all right, there's not much to lose. Let me just go and give it a proper crack. And stranger things have happened in life, as we all know. And Seifert and Allen and the whole of New Zealand will be wishing for something magic to unfold. But the fact is that out of the 79 times that teams have scored 250 plus, only 4 has been ever chased down. So they are, in many ways, against what stats tell you. But if at all New Zealand have a chance, it's these 2 men on the screen that you see, Allen and Seifert. They need to come, and don't be surprised if both are knocked over in the power play, because they're going to go hard every ball that they see, and that could pretty much mean the end of it. But if they get going, they get past those 5-6 overs, and I can promise you we have a blockbuster finals on record. India has a cheat code in the name of Jasprit Bumrah. Bailed them out against England as always, but Arshdeep and Hardik have been quite good with the new ball. We saw Hardik early on knocking over Phil Salt with some swing. Arshdeep, as always, very consistent with the new ball, will get the ball to move both ways. There's so much for India and its fans to look forward to, but that man, Mr. Jasprit Bumrah, well, he is a cheat code. If ever New Zealand want to get past him, he is the first big barrier that they need to get past. Varun still, in spite of all the theatrics and noise around how he's had an ordinary World Cup since the Super 8, the highest wicket taker yet.
And for New Zealand, they want Bumrah to bowl as early as possible. They want to force the hand of Surya Kumar Yadav. If they can get on top of Arshdeep and Hardik in the first and second over, they want Bumrah to have to bowl as early as possible. They want the skipper to say, I need you to come in early. And what was so brilliant about that England game from Bumrah's point of view was he was able to be held back till late in the piece, and then was a game changer. Said it many times, and I'm not sure Ian Bishop's going to disagree with what we said prior to the match, DK. He is the best white ball bowler, quick bowler in world cricket, hands down. There is not a comparison to Jasprit Bumrah at the moment. So New Zealand need to force the hand of Surya Kumar Yadav and make him bowl Bumrah early.
Hoping that if he does bowl early, that he doesn't get wickets, because the danger with someone that good is if they come on early, they can put their fingerprint on the game. But it may be too quick a turnover, but New Zealand will remember that England came within 2 hits of chasing 253, within 2 hits at the Wankhede. And that is the positive mindset that they have to take against this Indian team. India don't want to just leave it as a bowler, as a part of a pack myself. You don't want to leave it only to this guy. The other guys have to pull their finger out and say, we want to make an impact as well. It's not just going to happen. Hardik has been good. I think he hasn't necessarily received enough credit with the ball.
Oh yes, absolutely, Bish. I think he's been someone who's been effective with the new ball, and at times when they needed him at the death, he's bowled on over or 2, picked up wickets there as well. But Tim Seifert and Phil Allen, you've got to say the New Zealand hopes pretty much hang on how long they can bat. As a pair, if they can bat together, nothing like it. But if one of them goes on to make a massive score, that's when New Zealand really stand a good chance. He's propelled himself to the top 10 in terms of batting, and you can see innovation always comes to him quite nicely. What he's really improved on is his range hitting as well. Someone who likes to take his left leg outside the line of the ball and tonk it down the ground, especially over mid-wicket. The pick-up pull, as they say.
Very important to be on your toes as a fielding unit. Jasprit Bumrah is at that short third position. There is a slip, rightly so. But even in that last game, Finn Allen and Tim Seifert ran the ball or nicked the ball to and away from that short third area. You want a really good fielder there in case it happens again.
It's that get off strike, it's that get off the mark type. It's where you want the good delivery to go. To save the dot ball, that's where you want your good delivery in that area. Boundary right is quite wide. Down at third and Bumrah quite tight.
New Zealand supporters will be hoping that was the calm before the storm of Seifert and Finn Allen. Is there any swing for Arshdeep Singh? Little bit of curve in the air, little bit.
It's interesting when you bowl to someone like Tim Seifert, because almost always the LBW is out of the picture. He always keeps his left leg just around leg stump, if not outside of it. So you still need to keep the stumps in play, because if you try and go outside off stump, that's where he's good. He can swing his arms. You have one mode of dismissal, which is the bowl or probably a nick. But you need to encourage yourself to bowl slightly fuller and keep it on the stumps to him.
Fascinating to see how consistent the seamers are with that length, because we talked about New Zealand not necessarily hitting the good length in the power play often enough. That's the one that goes the other way. Different from the first ball.
Very true, Bish. You can see straight away Arshdeep not wanting to be predictable. Got the first one coming back in, the next one going away. I thought New Zealand bowled to what they thought India can do instead of reacting to what they are seeing India do in the moment with the new ball.
Swing there again, just mixing up the each-way movement through the air.
Yeah, it's quality because he's on target. First 3 deliveries. First one was honed in at the stumps. That away swinger to the right hand of the second ball. Completely different seam position. And this one here, just knowing that Seifert likes to get leg side, as DK has already mentioned. Moves that front leg, so no danger of being a wide. Just looking out the window, I wonder whether there will be an early indication of Bumrah warming up, whether they just give him the second over.
I'd be very surprised, Tony. Hardik bowled quite well in the England game, so I'd like to think Hardik will be bowling the second over. Hardik at mid-on needs to be ready now because Finn Allen is good there. That's his preferred area. He likes to go over mid-on, and Hardik is such a good fielder. He should be thinking about fielding right now, not so much his bowling, which he would be doing a bit later. Arshdeep definitely started to bowl. Varun and Bumrah will be bowling later on. It's an important role for Varun Chakravarti to bowl through the middle as well.
High. It is a chance. It is a big chance. And it is dropped by Shivam Dube. Not a sound outside in the stadium.
India's had their issues with catching. The only anomaly to this was the England game, where they fielded absolutely brilliantly, especially Akshar Patel. But this one, Shivam Dube, you always felt that a lot was going to happen in the power play. Not the easiest of catches. I don't even think he got much of a hand to it. Lucky it didn't get any part of his face. Completely losing balance there. Surya Kumar doing the best that he can to cheer him up.
15 drop by India in the tournament, the most by any team. Four without loss.
আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ সব ডিজাইন থেকে বেছে নিন জংমুক্ত ও লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিন ট্যাপ। ফিটিংস শাইন তো সবকিছু ফাইন।
আরএফএল ক্লাস 5 নিশ্চিত করে প্রতি ইঞ্চিতে সঠিক থিকনেস ও সঠিক মাপ, তাই মাটির 1250 ফুট গভীরেও আরামে নিতে পারে প্রচন্ড চাপ। পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না, আরএফএল ছাড়া
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
See men's World Cup final, and they couldn't go through their process in between the innings to practice their catching. By the time the lights came back on, they were back in the change room getting ready to come back out onto the field. I saw 2 catches go up, that was it. So I'm not making an excuse for him, but they didn't have an opportunity to get that done in between innings, which you would normally get done.
Just in his defence, Bish and Dooley, in Ahmedabad catching can be hard because of the ring of lights. It's never easy.
In the air, and just short. I was about to say there's a deep backward square and a long on for Finn Allen. I think when we saw the slow motion of the missed opportunity, not this one, Dube almost closed his hands before the ball arrived at him.
Going early for the lap sweep here, Bish. Just watching the gaps. He's looking for the boundaries and not so much the sixes, especially when the ball is swinging. A very similar field for Seifert, but they have long off rather than long on.
That should travel all the way and drop beyond the boundary. Won't be the last opportunity beyond the boundary tonight, I don't think.
Further indication of how good this surface is. It's just sliding on nicely. Not a half volley, but talk about how Seifert clears that front leg. The ability to hit the ball on the up over that long on mid-wicket region.
I don't think India should get discouraged by that shot, because the ball is swinging and there's always a chance of a top edge or a mistimed shot. A small change in the field. Long off goes to long on. A very similar field employed to Finn as well.
He's one of those players that can score all around the park, like Finn Allen as well. So this is a very difficult opening combination to bowl to when they're on sound.
Swung again. He's had to get a long way outside the line of off stump, hence falling over afterwards. It's a shot he played well, both Finn Allen and Seifert, against South Africa in that semi-final.
Just to inform you that Shubham Dubey has left the field. Rinku Singh is down at long on.
Good thinking from Hardik Pandya. The last couple of outswingers, they had a pretty strong response to it. So he's gone for the in swing here. And in the channel, Tim Seifert strikes at 214. Tells you pretty much why he's one of the highest run getters in this tournament. Where most batters go quiet, he seems to find a way to attack that. The lap scoop coming in this one. A lot of young boys and girls watching. That's a tough shot. Be careful when you practice it.
That's 4. And so the range hitting, it seems, a shot a ball. And you have to when you're chasing over 250.
Hardik Pandya needs to rethink his plan. The in-swing is working quite well. Yet again going to the out-swinger and just hit on the up. The flat bat swing coming through quite nicely here.
The backward square's gone finer. After that little scoop shot earlier in the over, he's going even finer now. That was the in-swinger. And it has gone to the boundary again. Expensive over. 21 off it. 25 for none.
একটু ভালোবাসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। চিজি আইসক্রিমের সাথে ভেলভেটি কেকের মিশ্রণে পোলার রেড ভেলভেট আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে। দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
Finn Allen has had his struggles in the tournament against spin and left arm spin. Not that we'll find out if there's any spin. We didn't see a whole lot of grip in the first innings. I'm sure they're operating on that theory. Maybe he might just target the stumps.
A good move by Surya Kumar, bringing in the left-arm spinner who will be targeting on the stumps. You need to bowl slightly flatter and quicker because he stays so much of the back foot. Don't give him too much time to work with, is what Akshar Patel will be thinking. You will get your opportunities because he'll be looking to hit a 6 as quickly as possible. Flatter onto middle and leg. Don't give him any room to work with.
Long off and deep mid-wicket. There is that deep mid-wicket.
Seifert will, a couple of options for him. He can sit back and play in a similar area or over the head of mid-on up in the circle, or he get across to the offside and look to go squarer with a sweep or a slog sweep.
If you're a bowler, Bish, at this stage, I reckon, especially as a left-arm spinner, when you're bowling to someone like Finn Allen, what you don't want to be giving is too much to score off the back foot. If he steps out to you, if he plays the reverse sweep or the sweep, you are accepting it because that's playing against what he usually does. But if he hits you off the back foot, that's when you need to think. And as we see in the bottom of your screen, you can see mid-on going to mid-off and long-on being there. Good change, but didn't work. Long on, couldn't cut that off. This is the kind of shot you want to try and avoid, but this is an extraordinary shot. He didn't give him too much time, but still found a way by Finn Allen going straight down the ground.
Spot on, DK, and what you talk about. You allow him to get back and use those big long levers. He stays nice and tall. and still ability to hit the ball straight. Now, that man is straighter. He can look to go a little squarer. Change of bat. I think that one got right on the toe end. Might have cracked it a little.
So Hardik Pandya changed the bat as well. He got a 6 but didn't get much more after that.
Down to long on and taken. So a wicket in Akshar Patel's first over, and the change of bowling and change of pace has worked.
That's outstanding tactical effort from Team India there. Akshar Patel being brought in early, mid-lane leg, flatter, quicker, smash straight to long on, and it wasn't the normal long on, it was much wider. Tilak Verma takes a very good catch under pressure. Finn Allen for the second time giving India an opportunity, but this time India takes it. Big wicket this. Finn Allen is the one who could have made a massive difference, but he goes. Just the 9. India strike, 31 for 1.
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
ম্যাক্স কোলা খুব ভালো খেতে, খেয়ে বলি।
ম্যাক্স কোলার এমনই টেস্ট।
না খেলে বুঝবে কেমনে।
Rachin Ravindra has fired more with the ball than with the bat so far in the tournament. He's made little contributions, but it's a chance here with him needing to carry on a tempo. A deep forward square, long on in place. Singh does well, just one. It's the 4th time this tournament that Finn Allen has fallen to spin.
And he only played one of the T20 games against India, the last one at Trivandrum in the bilateral series leading up to the T20 World Cup. He was dismissed in exactly that fashion. Akshar Patel caught at long on.
Very good over from Akshar Patel, 32 for 1.
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
For Indian fans, that's a glorious sight. Well, they're hoping it is. Jasprit Bumrah into the attack earlier than he has been in the previous 3 games, where he came on around the 5th over previously. Slip in place, deep backward point and deep square leg. In the air, it's a chance here as well. It is a chance, and it is taken. Jasprit Bumrah gets a wicket first ball again, as he did in the semi-final. The magician does it.
Well, he's gone to slower ball again, the same as he did in that semi-final. First up, deception. You're sitting there, you're waiting for pace. You're waiting for 140 plus. And that's why he is a genius. So good. Pace off, Ravindra straight underneath it. And this is a brilliant catch from Ishan Kishan. Charging in, wasn't quite there, had to dive forward, bounces up, holds on to it, even though his hat was over his eyes, he couldn't see a thing. Just felt for it, knew where it was, took it. Bumrah strikes early. New Zealand have lost 2. Ravindra goes very quickly tonight. Out for the 1, and New Zealand 32 for 2.
একটু ভালোবাসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। চিজি আইসক্রিমের সাথে ভেলভেটি কেকের মিশ্রণে পোলার রেড ভেলভেট আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। ম্যাচে প্যান্ডামার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
Jasprit Bumrah is now India's highest wicket taker in T20 World Cups, goes past Arshdeep Singh.
Have a look at this catch. Mind you, please remember, he is a wicket keeper who's not wearing the gloves. That makes it that much more special.
Didn't take you long, DK.
My goodness, that's a good catch. Just almost popped out.
What is your problem with wicket keepers, Mr. Bishop? Tell me. How tough is that catch? He's a keeper. The way he's coming, running in.
My gosh, it's a good catch.
Off air, you said something very differently.
Goes on in the com box, stays in the com box, DK.
No praise is high enough for Jasprit Bumrah. Well elude them, and it's the feel for that slow ball. A number of bowlers around the world will tell you when they feel a batter is going to go hard at you, they'll take pace off it. Harry Brook was one such that you know that first ball he's going to tail out, go hard at you in a run chase like that.
After having played him quite a bit, Bish, I just feel it's one thing to know that he can bowl a slow one, another one when you can expect it, and then still play an attacking shot to it. That's what makes it so special. In Harry Brooks and Rachin's case, probably they didn't know it was coming. But even if you know, it's so hard to get under.
Mr. Ali, think a lot of batters expected first ball of a new ball spell. This was Harry Brook, and this was the catch. We can refer to it now as the catch. He's got hands like a barrel, Axar Patel.
And so far he's bowled 4 deliveries in this game. 3 have been slow ones, 1 slower bumper. He's just thinking, he's finding variations within the slow one and then executing it so consistently. Just gonna say it could be a Yorker. Here is a man who we are watching, and I think we are privileged to watch, who's at the peak of his powers. It's literally someone who's thinking what he wants to be doing, executing it on point, and in the biggest stage in the World Cup, in a semi-final, when the game is on the line, 16th over, 18th over, going immensely under what is required. England were requiring around 14, 15. He's going at 6 and 8 in those overs and just making it easier for the next bowler to come through. And to do it time and again is what makes him so special.
There will come a time when Father Time catches up, so I hope we appreciate him. 36 for 2.
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন-অফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
Entertaining T20 World Cup, the pitches have not been homogeneous. That's easy for Tim Seifert, and that goes a long way back, a long way back.
A little bit more here. Patel sits up nicely. He knows it straight away. It's just a touch too short. Player the quality of Seifert.
The thing we remember about England is they'll have to keep coming, and they bat deep. England kept coming. They don't have a choice. This is the final.
And also this pitch is not as good as that Mumbai pitch, and the size is slightly bigger on the sides as well. Because as the ball gets older, we saw the slower ones really sticking in, and it's not that easy. So there are going to be challenges for New Zealand, and you don't expect a World Cup to come easy to you. So we should expect New Zealand to fight, but it's definitely an uphill task.
Smart. Very smart. The long on had been moved to long off, and so easy to pick up that length again.
Phillips would like that boundary pretty early in his innings, going back. What we have seen consistently with the New Zealand batters so far is they're far more comfortable hitting it off the back foot.
Shift in field, long on his position again.
This is a much better field for Akshar Patel. For a man who doesn't turn the ball much and just keeps getting in on the angle, long on, deep mid wicket is a much safer and a stronger option.
He's got his man Fuller and straighter. Akshar Patel is the impact man.
It's his home ground. There's not always that we speak a lot about this man, but he's one of the most underrated performers that India have had in a long, long time. In the previous World Cup, he played such a key role in the final. Yet again, he's showing his class with the ball. We saw what he did on the field last game. This time it's with the ball. He's making it count in front of everyone that he knows on the biggest play field. Akshar Patel, you are a superstar. You are so quiet in what you do, but so good and consistent and effective for Team India. Second wicket for him. Glenn Phillips goes for 5. New Zealand 47 for the loss of 3.
ঈদ লাগছে মনে বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন শিলক্স হ্যান্ডমার ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়
ঈদ লাগছে মনে বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার
Has been bowled 4 times by spin and 1 by pace this tournament.
Well, another good over from Akshar Patel. 5 done, 47 for 3. Yeah, Ian Bishop mentioned it. 4th time this tournament. He's played down the wrong line and been bowled by a spin. He looks back in surprise, but it's skidded on, clipped into that leg stump. Akshar Patel absolutely delighted.
India well on their way to making history here in Ahmedabad. More of the genius. Absolute magician he is. Very few people have had an answer to his skills, which are of the highest quality. Akshar Patel himself getting Phillips bowled again. Has been his mode of dismissal through the tournament. India on their way to making history and being the first team to win back-to-back tournaments and win at home as hosts. New Zealand have got a mountain to climb. Wide run rates already up to 14 and they're 3 down. Brilliant. That Yorker we've seen so many times.
And this is a good move, giving him the second over. Just push New Zealand back. That'll be the aim early doors. They can knock over another one in power play. They'll feel they're in the driver's seat. Not that they're already. Real uphill task now for New Zealand. The slower ones will come into play. The Varun Chakravarti spin will be crucial.
It's an edge that flies away. And just falls short. Tilak Verma does so well to dive forward on this occasion.
And nearly another opportunity. Hustle is the message from the captain. The insight into this. Charging in Tilak Verma. Not quite there. Putting his face and teeth on the line. Great commitment. India going for the jugular here with Bumrah in his second over in the power play.
Look at the screen of umpire, to think below waist height.
They're again looking to take pace off. I think he'll keep doing that with Surfeit on strike.
Well, the story of Glenn Phillips' tournament is had his hubs knocked over 4 times. Looking to access both sides. Look at the stance. This in Colombo against England, and that today. Just running on for the 5th time in this tournament, beaten on the inside edge. Brilliant bowling, clever stuff from Akshar.
If anybody's going to keep it quiet, it's just been Bumrah. 5 runs from that over. It's 52 for 3 and time for a drinks break.
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ
সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
ইফতারে আজ একসাথে মেতে উঠি আমের স্বাদে, আজ সবার হাতে হাতে মেতে উঠি ফ্রুটোর স্বাদে।
ইফতার থেকে সেহেরিতে কোটি কোটি প্রাণ আজ আস্থার ভালোবাসায় মেতেছে ফ্রুটোময় স্বাদে।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি, রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। চিলক্স, হ্যান্ডমার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
কি রে, ফিরে আসলি যে?
ভাবলাম একা একা তুই যদি ভয় পাস।
কারো ফিরে আসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। ফলের নির্যাস ও দুধের সমন্বয়ে পোলার টর্নেডো গ্রিন অ্যাপল আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ
সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
ড্রিঙ্কও এখন রিয়াল ফ্রুট পাল্প ও নাটা জেলি সহ নতুন প্যাকে নতুন স্বাদে।
জিরো হবে নতুন ফিলে।
একটু ভালোবাসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। চিজি আইসক্রিমের সাথে ভেলভেটি কেকের মিশ্রণে পোলার রেড ভেলভেট আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি, রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। পিৎজা বার, প্যান্ডা মার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। আরএফএল বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে, দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
But 9 of them came in that first group phase. The Super 8 and semi-final, it's been a lot leaner for him. As a ground he's had some success at. The bilateral series against South Africa was brilliant here against the South Africans a few months ago. that it is a ground generally that's been tough for spinners.
Yeah, well, what you'd see with him, he'll probably look to vary his pace here. He's normally not a big spinner of the ball. He targets the stumps. He's got to just take that pace off every now and then. As the ball's got a little older, it will hold into the surface. Might just grip as well.
It's interesting because, as you say, he targets the stumps, and there's just another example of it, and that's sort of what he's been known for, and he generally can bowl at pace as well, very quick, and he's quick onto you. But through the tournament, and certainly through the Super 8 and semi-finals, he's looked to bowl a little bit wider. And I wonder how much of that is a reaction to how South Africa played him. They were happy to expose their stumps against him and play him through the offside, and he seemed to have to change.
Well, they've had a great time. Some images of some celebrations. The Indians out there. They've had every reason to.
They need a big innings here from Seifert. There is so much responsibility on his shoulders. That is a wonderful strike.
Yeah, he has no choice, Owen, but to keep going.
Absolutely. It's a lovely strike of a cricket ball, lovely swing of a cricket bat. He's trying to get Varun Chakravarti off that fuller length. Chakravarti needs to stick with it. If he can continue to bowl that length and not back of a length, I think it'll be more effective. Sometimes you get bowlers who push hard and will come back. Chance, no. Varun Chakravarti spills the ball. I suspect Chapman would have been short or close. Ishan Kishan scrambled to save the two. I think an accurate throw and a gather from Chakravarti. Good bounce. Might have been tight. It just bounces out of his hands.
Another free swing of the bat for Seifert. It takes him to a half century. He needs a lot more. It's 68 for 3.
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ
সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
ইফতারে আজ একসাথে মেতে উঠি আমের স্বাদে, আজ সবার হাতে হাতে মেতে উঠি ফ্রুটোর স্বাদে।
ইফতার থেকে সেহেরিতে কোটি কোটি প্রাণ আজ আস্থার ভালোবাসায় মেতেছে ফ্রুটোময় স্বাদে।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি। রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। চিলক্স, হ্যান্ডমার্ট ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
Yeah, go back to Hardik Pandya, and he's into the surface straight away.
I mentioned Surfeit having to keep that momentum going, because sometimes you're thinking too far ahead. Should I bat deep? And when things are going for you, just keep going. That might help the non-striker as well, help the other batsmen in the side, take some pressure off, keep the team in the hunt. You don't want to go further behind with that required rate at this stage. That's what England did well in that chase in Mumbai. In spite of losing wickets, they ensured that required run rate, which was over 12s, and never really shot up. See, you can pick your player of the tournament at the end of this. These are some of the contenders. Two playing today, Samson and Surfeit. Very interesting piece of trivia you told me, Matt, off air. Natalie mentioned that every time India has won a World Cup, that's 2007, 11, 24, 26, there's been a player of a Kerala origin, just one player in the side. Srishant at 2007, 11, Samson 24, 26. Now I'll tell you something more.
I contact credit for it though. I did read it on X, just by the way. Chops it on! He'd been bowling that harder length into the surface. And in the end, Chapman now gets an opportunity, he thought, to score some runs instead. It's another wicket for India.
Yeah, you could see it coming. The pressure was building on him. Got 3 runs of 8 balls, and he was looking to break free. And when you see this, he's looked to hit the ball a little too hard. The bat comes down at the angle, takes that inside edge, and goes back onto the stumps. So the New Zealand innings in further disarray now. They've lost their 4th wicket in the 8th over. It's 70 for 4.
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
RFL ইজি পাইপ আমেরিকান ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। RFL ইজি পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
ড্রিঙ্কও এখন রিয়াল ফ্রুট পাল্প ও নাটা চেলি সহ নতুন প্যাকে নতুন স্বাদে।
জিও হবে নতুন ফিলে।
There's debates about where he should be batting for New Zealand. Should he be batting a little bit earlier on, more up the order? Daryl Mitchell comes in at 6 with his team in all sorts of trouble. The required run rate now past 15.
Well, it's a clever piece of bowling from Hardik Pandya. Pace on delivery, but it was the first of that over. And he went pace on into the wicket, going across the stumps, almost doing Chapman. Just in between, whether it was pace on or pace off. Clever stuff on a good surface to bat on.
India right on top at this stage. I mentioned, let me finish it off, and then I just cast my mind back to 1983. Was there a player when India won its first World Cup? Yes, there was. One from Kerala origin. Sunil Monson. So there you go. And I think I'll get a free appam when I go to Trivandrum.
8 overs gone at 72 for 4.
RFL ইজি পাইপ আমেরিকান ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। RFL ইজি পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
বাবা এত এনার্জি কই পাও?
এই পাওয়ার চুমুকে অ্যাকশন।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন অফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
Is it strong enough? No, it's not. What a time he is having in the field tonight. Kishan moves so quickly around and great awareness of the boundary.
Yes, he's on fire, Ishan Kishan. And it's the big wicket, that of Seyfert. It's 52 from just 26. He couldn't believe it. He thought he'd placed it right. But Ishan Kishan, he was sprinting like a hare on the boundary. Covered very good ground. Very calm as he took it. And very composed. Threw the ball up in the air just in case he thought he might have touched the rope. So there was good thinking there as well. And India all over New Zealand like a rash at the moment. It's 72 for 5.
RFL ইজি পাইপ আমেরিকান ASTM স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে তৈরি আধুনিক যুগের আধুনিক পাইপ ফিটিংস এর সাথে জয়েন্ট হয় শক্ত ও মজবুত। RFL ইজি পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস, পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস।
সিলভার টিপ কন্ট্যাক্টে তৈরি নিরাপদ ও নান্দনিক ক্লিক সুইচ নিশ্চিত করে 50,000 বারের অধিক অন অফ সুবিধা। ক্লিক সুইচ, নির্ভরতা জীবন জুড়ে।
দেশের তৈরি ফ্যালকন MS পাইপ
সঠিক মাত্রার কার্বন কম্বিনেশন বৃদ্ধি করে পাইপের ডাক্টিলিটি ও হেভি লোড নেয়ার ক্ষমতা। ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
He has his 14th wicket of the tournament, and it'll bring Mitch Santner to the crease. It's the big wicket of Tim Seifert.
Well, one-way traffic in Ahmedabad all day today. It's a drag down for Chakravarti. Seifert tries to place it. Could have easily gone with power and tried to go over Ishan Kishan. It's a tidy piece of work on the boundary. And the momentum for India continues.
Wow, that has missed everything. Not quite sure how, but that's pies.
Well, an absolute beauty from Varun Chakravarti. Not the best of tournaments. It's coming good. The googly just shaves the top of the bails. Even Sanju Samson is done.
Tim Seifert, by the way, also scoring a half-century in a semi-final and the final, fourth player to do it in the T20 World Cup. Just after Sanju Samson did that earlier. Well, they've managed to pick up the boundary here. Even though with the silence, you know they're well on top.
Yeah, quite an attacking field as well. Point went to slip for the first couple of Santner's ball, and that area completely vacant.
The call to his partner was 2. It's into a big space. Excellent commitment by Tilak Verma. They might have a little check of it. They do get 3.
Yes, after that drop catch, you can see they're supercharged in the field. The Indians, 9 goals.
ভালো আছি মা। তোমাকে বৌমা চলে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ চলে গেছে মানে আবার বলে না কি হইব?
আরে মা, বাপের বাড়ি গেছে ঘুরতে। কি ভাই, লোকাল ওয়াইফাই এর ঝামেলায় জীবনে শান্তি নাই? আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই। রবি ওয়াইফাই মানেই এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ।
Incredible record India have in the last 2 T20 World Cups, undefeated in 2024. They lost 1 match in this edition, and that was against South Africa at this ground. $83 for 5 it is. India were 115 for 1. Not too surprising that he's gone with that length. He did that in the previous over as well.
Yeah, and just his ability to mix it up. Tactically and in theory, it's a good idea, but accuracy needs to be on point. When you go with a short ball, it has to be accurate. On a good batting surface, you get your line wrong with the short delivery, particularly with the field he has set. Fine leg, third, point in the ring. That field suggests that he's not going to bowl a short ball, so it needs to be accurate.
One thing with Hardik Pandya, he's constantly thinking of how he can get wickets. So he might go for a few runs at times, but he's in the quest of wickets, and sometimes it's not such a bad thing when you have that kind of mindset. He has the experience to know when to pull back. Now this is Ishan Kishan. Very good catch. That was the danger man. Seifert was batting so well.
You just talk about how well he mixes it up and clearly has a plan. The execution of the plan is right on point. Pace-off deliveries in blue, and then orange is pace on. Just batters not getting to line him up. Not settling at the crease, can't get rhythm. Very smart bowling from Hardik Pandya.
Moxley is one who will test the pitch, with the slow off cutters, with the pace on bouncers.
No, they would have needed massive partnerships to get themselves into contention. And unfortunately for them, after that 31-run opening partnership, which came with just the 16 balls, which has never really got going since then, and wickets have fallen regularly. That means is, even though it's been only 5 balls since the last boundary, it makes it feel even longer, because they're in so much trouble and that required run rate is so high. And the frustration then just continues to grow. And that pressure will keep growing as well. So much about history has been spoken. It would be the first time that India were to beat New Zealand in a T20 World Cup match. First team to win as hosts. First team to go back-to-back in the Men's T20 World Cup as well. Team of invincibles at the moment. Bowling from Hardik Pandya and India as well. It's 88 for 5.
আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ সব ডিজাইন থেকে বেছে নিন জংমুক্ত ও লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিং ট্যাপ। ফিটিংস শাইন তো সবকিছু ফাইন।
আরএফএল ক্লাস 5 নিশ্চিত করে প্রতি ইঞ্চিতে সঠিক থিকনেস ও সঠিক মাপ, তাই মাটির 1250 ফুট গভীরেও আরামে নিতে পারে প্রচন্ড চাপ। পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপই মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না, আরএফএল ছাড়া
কিনবেন না।
আরএফএল এসডব্লিউআর পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস। House here at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, and they realize that the World Cup is coming back home. No team has ever won it at home. There was the lingering aroma of the 19th of November. No team has ever won it twice. In India are knocking on the door of a repeat performance. Here's Arshdeep. Required run rate starting to nudge 17 now. Just wonder what can New Zealand do in this situation. There's still half the game to be played, half the innings to be played. Sunil Gavaskar alongside me. Danny Morrison is here too.
Well, these are the previous winners. The first time ever the ICC Men's T20 World Cup was played. India won it in South Africa, with MS Dhoni being the captain. Then India won it again a couple of years back, with Rohit Sharma being the captain.
West Indies won it twice, but 2012 and 2016. There's a fielder there. It just goes over, It was an inch here or there.
Well, Harshy just asked, what can they do? Certainly Mitchell and Santner. This left-hand, right-hand combination has got to put something together of massive substance. Little bit of luck, just enough would work. And it's a sixer. Yeah, Skip, not quite.
He's very quick on his feet, that's why he's there. But he's not the tallest.
But what an effort that was. He's taken a couple of super catches.
Now that's a biggie. And you know it's going for 6 because you don't hear a sound in Ahmedabad.
Yes, the asking rate is 16, so they'll have to be scoring at least 14-15 runs and over for the next 4-5 overs. In the slot goes for a massive hit, and Daryl Mitchell batting at 6. I've never understood that about the New Zealand tactics in this World Cup, to be perfectly honest. Just before the T20 series started, he was batting at number 4 for New Zealand in the one-day series. He got 2 absolutely magnificent hundreds. Man in form, he was pushed back down at 6 for the T20 series that followed. Now he's here, and look at the way he's batting, despite the fact that he didn't get much batting in the earlier matches.
Hearing you, Sonny, I just think more than anything, I think it was maybe a bit of a safety valve, that if the top order did crumble a little bit, that was part of that scenario. But I do hear you often say your best players need to face the most balls.
Well, if the top order crumbles, but if he's in the top order, it won't crumble, or shouldn't crumble. I mean, I've never understood those tactics, but there you are. I think this is what he bowls wide of the batter and can bowl wide deliveries because of that angle that he creates, Arshdeep.
In the modern game, and India are in many ways redefining how their batting is going, I don't think they have a safety valve anymore. They just keep going. I think I just read something Tabrez Shamsi has said, a spinner himself. He says India playing on PlayStation. Well, you shouldn't. You can't in the modern era now. It's moved on so much even in the last 3 or 4 years. We're going about the power play, the first 6 overs, and that's what you do. You go for it. You make the most of those 2 men outside the circle. There's a bit of a movement from him. No, Arshdeep. He's not happy at all. Arshdeep thought he's probably going to hit the stumps. Think a little apology is in order from Arshdeep. Turn around, young man, it's all right. You thought you're going to hit the stumps, you hit the batter instead. Little pat on the back. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Look at this. Ryder trying to go Yorker, and oh dear. Nowhere near the target. And no need to throw in a way is what Mitchell's on about. Oh yeah. The valves come off. Yeah, it could have been nasty. It hits you on the wrist or anything there. Oh yeah. So there's a good chant here. These two know each other well.
That's a good gesture by the India skipper, going up and saying to him, yes, he might have, the young man could have got a bit carried away. Take it easy, because matches between India and New Zealand have always been played in a good spirit. Even the commentary, even if there's a New Zealander sitting between 2 Indians, it's always in good spirit.
Sandwiched nicely. Little masala dosa, the two. I'd like to see them shake hands at the end of the over. 15 of
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
RFL SWR পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না। RFL ছাড়া
কিনবেন না।
RFL SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
ঈদ লাগছে মনে? বিকাশ পেমেন্ট সবখানে। দেশ জুড়ে বিকাশ পেমেন্টে পাচ্ছেন 10,000 টাকার বেশি অফার।
You can understand the aggression just comes into play. Truth is, Mitchell hadn't left the crease, so a little admonishment for Arshdeep, is a fine player, the young man. Now Varun Chakravarti comes back. And this is something about this Indian team, Sunny Danny, that they stay with players they believe in. You saw that with Abhishek Sharma. You've seen that now with Varun Chakravarti as well. This is what happened as soon as Arshdeep threw that ball at Daryl Mitchell. The captain was in straight away. And then Richard Illingworth, who's been around a long time. I wonder why they're playing. Oh, it's a bat. It's a bat. That's all it. It's a bat. Fair old run up the stairs if you've got to go back to the dressing room. It is huge length to get to. You mentioned Varun Chakrabarti and how outstanding he's been. A little off the ball. I mentioned those wickets earlier on in the tournament. Just a little bit off, I think, just with his length, isn't he? A lot of decent batters have been playing him off the back foot. A little bit more time to play him. But he's certainly a magician, this fella. When he gets it right, most definitely. There were two names in that list that filled my heart with joy in that list. Just dragged away. Van Schalkwyk just played the 4 games. Until a little while ago, he was on top of the leaderboard. South Africa now playing for the United States. And how good on this tournament is Blessing Muzarabani. So just so good to see those two players in that list. They're short. Van Schalkwyk, I've seen a bit of him in the MLC there in the United States, and those guys taking those opportunities to move and grow with the game. More of the franchise circuit. Yeah, he's been around a while, and smarts and guile. Those changes of pace, very handy. 20 teams in this T20 World Cup. And some of the, for want of a better word, smaller nations, they didn't diminish it at all. In fact, they strengthened it. One of the best matches, I didn't do a lot of matches, but one of the best matches I saw was Nepal versus England. Just to see the spirit and what it meant to Nepal to be where they were, and to their fans. Big hit straight down the ground and will clear it with ease. He is excellent down the ground, is Mitch Santner. A major piece of this. Oh, please. Santner. Well, they ask him, I say, look, it's just over 17s. We need a lot more of this answer from the captain. Oh, delightful strike. Straight up again, and will clear the boundary once again. Hardik Pandya was there at long gone, and he was watching it exactly the way we were in the commentary box. Just as a curious bystander. Once again, an almost medium-pace delivery in the slot, although he changed his angle by going over the wicket. It was right in the slot. The overspin that Varun has been bowling in this tournament. Another massive 6. Well, the scoring rate, asking rate at the moment is almost 17. So they need maybe 2 or 3 hits like this per over now if they're going to get anywhere close. 16 of the over. Chakravarti now has 1 for 39 from 3. New Zealand 119 for 5.
Shanti. প্রশান্তি।
ক্লিক ফ্যানের অ্যারোডাইনামিক ডিজাইনের অ্যালুমিনিয়াম ব্লেড ও ডাবল শিল্ডেড বল বেয়ারিং নিঃশব্দে বাতাস ছড়ায় পুরো ঘর জুড়ে। ক্লিক ফ্যান, প্রশান্তির হাওয়া ছড়িয়ে যাবে সবখানে।
ক্লিক লাইটে আলো বেশি।
ক্লিক লাইটের প্রতি ওয়াটে সঠিক লুমেন দেয় সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো। সম্পূর্ণ ফ্লিকার ফ্রি হওয়ায় চোখের জন্য ভালো। ক্লিক এলইডি, সবচেয়ে বেশি উজ্জ্বল আলো।
Frequently amazed by those catches on the boundary, how the momentum is taking them one direction and they're still able to lob it up gently. That was wonderfully done by Ishan Kishan. Oh, dropped! He does not drop catches Hardik Pandya's very, very safe pair of hands. He's got the enhancers on. Players will tell you they like wearing these at night. It brightens things up. And now lets it through. It's just one of those passages of play where you wish there was a bar cut and the telecast was off and no one saw it. Naughty, but nice, Asher. Top catch. And look at this. That one there just spins a little on you. That's the one. That second bounce could be very tricky. Always got nowhere near it. Naughty. don't think there's a player who's played the game long enough to whom that hasn't happened at some point or the other. Such a cruel game. We chuckle about it. And as you say, Harsha, yeah, happens to you. Drop a catch and then there's a misfield straight away. This, you take this, well, 11 times out of 10. Hardik, brother, what's happening? It's been one of the features of his cricket, Akshar Patel, the change of pace. We talk about Santner, and he does it magnificently. Today, Akshar Patel, the previous ball 102, this one 89. Straight in. He's not dropping anything today. And I'm afraid Mitchell has to go. The New Zealand slip deeper and deeper into the quicksand they're trapped in. Now they found out. He's seeing that, it was Santner that he dropped. But this man is a danger man. You can see the full tossed up. Not quite going over the middle of the bat. Ishan Kishan, third catch of this innings so far. Out of the 6 wickets he's helped contribute to 3 wickets. 124 for 6. Daryl Mitchell, possibly the last hope for New Zealand, gone for 17.
ঝর্ণার মতো স্নিগ্ধ, ছবির মতো সুন্দর। RFL বাথরুম ফিটিংস, অভিজাত ও দীর্ঘস্থায়ী।
RFL SWR পাইপি মাপে যা বলে তাই দেয়।
না দেখে ঠকবেন না, RFL ছাড়া
RFL SWR পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস,
পাইপের বস না কিনলে লস। সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 93 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে। RFL সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস।
Scarcely a big game where Akshar Patel has not made an impact. He'll run away for 4. It's a good shot actually from Nisham. Came inside the line. 9 off it, 128 for 6.
কি রে, ফিরে আসলি যে?
ভাবলাম একা একা তুই যদি ভয় পাস।
কারো ফিরে আসা ভালো করতে পারে মন। ফলের নির্যাস ও দুধের সমন্বয়ে পোলার টর্নেডো গ্রিন অ্যাপল আইসক্রিম। পোলার, মন ভালো থাক।
আজকে মুড়ি মাখা জিলাপি, রমজান নিয়ে নো টেনশন। চিলক্স, হ্যান্ডমার্ক ও আরো অনেক অপশনে ডিল নাও কোডে 150 টাকা ছাড়।
28 from 42. So the first bowler to bowl out now. Hardik Pandya is into his 4th. A great ball to start off with. Is there a little inside edge on it? Certainly seemed pretty straight. Reviews, yeah, I think so. Busy as well. Interesting one in that wicketkeeper didn't seem too interested.
We have a player review for LBW. Original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. I'm looking at the split screen now. Ball's close to the bat. Can we just go check with Ultra Edge? Yep, keep rolling it through. It's a flat line when the ball passes the bat. Just roll it through to the pad. Thank you, satisfied, there's no bat involved. Can we go to ball tracking when ready? Original decision is not out. Pitching outside leg. Alex, you can stay with the original decision of not out. Stand by. Your on-screen signal now.
Half the ball was in, but not enough of the ball was in. And Mitch Santner had already walked about 15 meters away. And then he comes back. It's that kind of day, Hardik. You've given it all, but it's just that kind of day for you. Also made very interesting numbers about what Hardik Pandya does at the end of a game, whether with ball or bat. When he bowls at the death, he's got a great economy rate. When he bats at the death, he's got a great strike rate. This just didn't get the timing, did he?
Yeah, it's in a couple of those tonight in this final. And if you're slightly off with a decent boundary, a fair boundary, you don't quite get it. That's the result. .9 now. It's just going further and further and further away from New Zealand. Once again, there's something about New Zealand cricket. They're there almost all the time. Just at this stage, the last step a little too far.
The asking rate now creeping towards 20 runs per over. 4 wickets in hand. Neesham's known as a big hitter. And Santner is a smart batter.
Long before this game started, we came in here very early and there's already loads of people in there. This stadium takes 120,000, 125,000 and it's absolutely packed, and they've enlivened it, as indeed crowds have all over in India and Sri Lanka in this tournament. The crowds have been one of the standout features of this tournament. There is a fielder there. At the moment, there's fielders everywhere for New Zealand.
Feels like that, doesn't it, when you're up against a massive total. I keep saying this in finals, runs on the board, and the pressure that creates. And when you see a sea of blue in a stadium of this magnitude, and it's just huge. Big cauldron of home fans, absolutely excited, and willing on. This big blue army.
Very good over. Very good over. Just 6 off it. 14 gone now. New Zealand at 134 for 6.